If you take a prescription regularly, there is a very good chance you are paying more than you have to at the pharmacy. Not because you did anything wrong, but because the system is set up so that the lower price is the one nobody mentions to you. I am not here to scare you or sell you a panic. I am here to hand you 7 specific ways seniors quietly overpay at the pharmacy counter, and the exact thing to say or do to fix each one. Some of these save you a few dollars. A couple of them can save you hundreds a year. So grab a pen if you want, because the first one alone is worth the whole video. The first way you are overpaying is the biggest one, and it feels almost backwards. You can actually pay more using your insurance than you would paying cash. Here is how that happens. There are middlemen in the drug world called pharmacy benefit managers, and they set your copay. Sometimes they put a $20 copay on a generic pill that only costs the pharmacy $2, and they pocket the difference. It is common enough that about 1 in 4 prescriptions costs more run-through insurance than it would if you simply paid the cash price. And a discount tool like GoodRx beats the insurance copay on common drugs roughly 37% of the time. Now here is the catch. The pharmacy register defaults to running your insurance, and the pharmacist usually will not volunteer the lower price. So the fix is simple, and it is just one sentence. Before you pay, ask what is the cash price or the discount price on this. If the cash price is lower, pay that instead. One quick note if you are on Medicare. You are allowed to pay the lower cash price instead of using your plan, but that money will not count toward your yearly drug cap. So this one is best on the cheap generics, where the cash price really is lower than your copay. The second way is paying for a brand name when a generic would do the exact same job. A lot of folks believe the generic is somehow weaker or lower quality. It is not. By law, a generic has to contain the same active ingredient at the same strength as the brand, and it has to meet the FDA's standard for working the same way in your body. The only real difference is the price, and that difference is huge. Generics run about 80 to 85% cheaper than the brand name. So on every new prescription, ask your doctor and your pharmacist the same question. Is there a generic or a lower cost alternative that works just as well? Most of the time there is, and switching costs you nothing but the question. The third way is not using the discount programs that are sitting right there for free. You have probably heard of GoodRx. There is also Single Care, and my favorite for generics, Mark Cuban's Cost Plus drugs. Cost Plus does something the rest of the industry does not. They show you their math. They charge what the drug actually costs them, plus 15%, plus a small pharmacy fee and shipping, and that is it. No hidden markup. On generic medications, they have shown savings of 50 to 90%. The example that made them famous is a cancer generic called imatinib. At a regular pharmacy, it can run about $2,500 a month. Through Cost Plus, it is around $13. Now, most of your prescriptions will not swing by $2,000, but even on ordinary maintenance drugs, checking Cost Plus or a discount card before you fill can save you real money every single month. The fourth way is filling a 30-day supply over and over when you could be filling 90 days at a time. If you take a medication every day for something ongoing, like blood pressure or cholesterol, every 30-day refill is another copay and another trip to the store. When you switch those maintenance drugs to a 90-day supply or to mail order, you usually pay fewer copays and a lower price per pill. It is the same medicine, just bought smarter. So ask your plan and your pharmacy, can I get this on a 90-day fill? For anything you are going to be taking for years, that one change adds up fast. The fifth way hits anyone in your life who uses insulin, and this one I want everybody to hear. If you are on Medicare, your covered insulin is capped at $35 for a month's supply. That is the law now, and you do not have to meet your deductible first to get that price. a 3-month supply is capped at around $105. So if you are on Medicare and you are paying more than $35 a month for insulin, something is set up wrong, and you need to call your plan and ask why. Nobody should be rationing their insulin over a price that is not even allowed anymore. The 6th way is not knowing about a brand new protection that just kicked in and worrying yourself sick because of it. Starting in 2026, Medicare Part D caps your out-of-pocket drug costs at $2,100 for the whole year. Once you have spent that much on covered drugs, your plan pays 100% for the rest of the year. The old donut hole, that scary coverage gap in the middle, is gone for good. And there is one more piece a lot of people miss. If a big drug bill would be hard to pay all at once, Medicare now lets you spread your yearly drug costs into smaller monthly payments. It is called the Medicare Prescription Payment Plan, and you sign up through your drug plan. So instead of getting hit with one huge bill in a single month, you can smooth it out across the year. And the 7th way is the one that quietly costs seniors the most, and it is staying in the same drug plan year after year without ever checking it. Here is the problem. Drug plans change their prices and their covered drugs every single year. The plan that was cheapest for you last year might be one of the most expensive this year for the exact same pills. And yet more than half of people on Medicare, 53%, never compare their options during open enrollment. In one review of folks who finally got help, 39% of them were overpaying and were able to switch to a cheaper plan. So every fall, between October 15th and December 7th, do this. Go to the Medicare Plan Finder at medicare.gov, type in the exact drugs you take, and let it show you which plan is cheapest for your list. It is maybe 20 minutes, and it is the highest value 20 minutes a senior can spend all year. So let me leave you with the short version, the checklist you can actually use. 1. Before you pay, always ask, what is the cash or discount price? 2. Ask if there is a generic. 3. Check good Rex, single care, or cost plus drugs on the medicines you take every month. 4. Move your long-term drugs to a 90-day or mail order fill. 5. If you are on Medicare, your insulin should be $35 a month, not a penny more. 6. Know that your costs are capped at $2,100 this year, and you can spread that out monthly if you need to. And 7. Every fall, run your drug list through the Medicare Plan Finder and switch if a cheaper plan fits. None of this takes a special connection or an expert. It just takes knowing the right question to ask at the counter and being willing to ask it. So the next time you pick up a prescription, ask what the cash price is and see what happens. If this saved you money, or you know somebody on a fixed income who needs to hear it, send it their way and subscribe so I can keep bringing you the deals the stores hope you'll miss. I'll see you next time.